I will be talking about Walt Disney. Walt Disney is not only a movie company, but a real person. In fact, the movie company was named after Walt Disney. And today I'll talk about this Walt Disney. In 1901, December 5th, Walt was born on a farm in Kansas City. And soon after, he became the age of 5, and he had a big responsibility on the farm. And our responsibility was that he'd take care of every single animal on the farm. But one day, Walt decided to draw on the walls of the farm. His father, Elias, was not happy with him, but his aunt thought differently. He commanded Walt to draw some pieces of paper because he was good at drawing. When Walt became a teenager, he wanted to join the army in World War I. He asked his parents to sign a sheet so he can go into the army in World War I to fight. His father, Elias, would not sign it, but his mother, Flora, would sign it. So Flora signed for herself and for her husband, Elias. So then Walt went into the army to fight in World War I. Luckily, he did not die, and soon after, he can go back home because the war ended. When he came back home, he met a friend called Up Rex. And when he met Up Rex, they were both good at drawing, and they started a movie company. Their first movie was Alice in Cartoonland, and if you're trying to say that, I should say Alice in Wonderland. I should say Alice in Cartoonland, because those are two different movies. Walt thought that he should make a main character, and so on a train ride to go to his house, he thought that Mortimer Mouse might be a good one, but his wife, Lily, thought that wasn't a good name, so they kept changing names until they came up with Mickey Mouse, and they thought that Mickey Mouse might be a good one. Soon after, Walt made many more movies, like Snow White, Song of the South, Treasure Island, Bambi, The Three Little Pigs, and many more. One day, Walt took his daughters, Diane and Sharon, to a theme park, but they got bored because the theme park was trashed and boring. So then Walt came up with the idea of making his own theme parks, and one of them, and so his first theme park that he created was built in 1955, Disneyland, and that opened in California. But then sadly, Walt had to die in 1966 because he got a little infection in his lungs. But his brother Roy, Walt said that his brother Roy should keep working on the parks so they didn't have to end making them. So Roy kept working on the parks, and he made one park in 1971, and that was Disney World, and that opened in Florida. Then he made Epcot, and that opened in 1982. And then 1992, Euro Disneyland opened right out of the city of Paris in France. And that is the end of my story of Walt Disney. And even though Walt died in 1966, his magic lives on.
Good job. I'm very, very proud of you. All right, why don't you show your timeline so everybody can see the pictures up close and personal. All right, Luke, favorite part about learning about Walt Disney?
I don't know. Learning about all the theme parks that he made.
All the theme parks?
And there's one more that I know of. There's a Disneyland that opened in Tokyo in Japan, but I don't know what year it was that opened.
Good. Very good. Good job.
I didn't know that Walt Disney made more theme parks than just Disney World.
Yeah, I didn't know. Oh, yeah, they did.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
I know, isn't that neat?
Yeah. I didn't even know he was a real person.
Really
I
good.
did.
Good job.
I've seen him on TV.
Everybody see his
Did he draw that?
No,
He did.
colored sun.
Wow.
I think.
I think they
Good job.
Which one's the draw?